It's the 2015 NAFB convention in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm Brian Winnekins, and we'd like to thank our broadcast sponsors, including the Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, Enibus Silo as well, along with Growth Energy and BASF. And joining us from BASF is Dr. Daniel Waldstein. He is the technical market manager with BASF. We're going to talk about the Armezon Pro herbicide. It's something brand new for the upcoming 2016 season. Dr. Waldstein, thanks for joining us this morning. Okay, something brand new for 2016, and I know a lot of dairy farmers who grow corn for their operations are going to be like, okay, so what's new?
Right, so Armezon Pro is our new corn post herbicide. It gives growers the flexibility they need to control weeds based on the needs of their farm.
And out in western Wisconsin and southeast Minnesota, now we have a wide variety of soil types. One part of a field will be sand, the next part's clay, then we go back to sand, and wouldn't surprise me if the next field's full of granite. So how will this product then be able to adapt to those type of soil conditions?
One of the advantages of Armezon Pro is there's rate flexibility. So we can use lower rate on the sandier soils. We can use a higher rate on the clay type soils. And basically the advantage there is growers can really tailor it to their residual weed control needs.
And along with the flexibility to go ahead with different rates, what are some of the other benefits?
So a lot of herbicides really are relying on glyphosate to make them work well. Armezon Pro can be used with or without glyphosate effectively. So for conventional corn, that's obviously an advantage. A lower use rate is another feature of Armezon Pro. Approximately 50% of the use rate versus like a Helix GT or a Sure Start. So for growers, that means being able to cover more acres in less time. Obviously, time is of the essence during the growing season. There's never enough time. So having a product that's a low use rate is important to them as well.
We are talking with Dr. Daniel Waldstein with BASF about the Armezon Pro herbicide, a brand new herbicide coming out here in 2016. Dr. Waldstein, you mentioned the Armezon Pro can be used with glyphosate. It doesn't have to be. I know that there's a lot of farmers out there concerned about glyphosate resistance. Is that kind of one of the biggest benefits here, that we don't need to use that?
Right, exactly. And Armezon Pro does well against a number of different glyphosate-resistant weeds like water hemp and some really important weeds that are difficult to control for growers. And so, yeah, again, the feature there is that Armezon Pro works well under really a number of different conditions, but it also gets a broad spectrum of grass and broadleaf weeds.
Is it a pre- or post-emergent type herbicide, or can it be used for both?
So Armezon Pro is post-label at this point. It's from corn emergence all the way up to 30-inch tall corn.
And if you'd like more information, all you have to do is contact Ashley Gausman. She's your BASF agronomist here in Northwest Wisconsin. Dr. Waldstein, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.
Dr. Daniel Waldstein, he's with BASF from the National Association of Farm Broadcasting Convention in Kansas City. I'm Brian Winnekins.